TIFU by making my web game one of the most disliked in Russia. Obligatory, it didn't happen today, however I realized my idiocy today. I am a small game developer part-time. I also have a regular job. Since more than 1 year I have been working alone on a puzzle platformer that I've been thinking of for 2 years. It's a labor of love. After about a year of hard work, I had something that I was proud of, and that I considered ready for release. It's a web game, and when you release a web game, what you usually do is that you put it on a game portal. Maybe you remember Flash game portals where office workers were slacking off on in the noughties. Personally for me it was at school. Well, they are still a thing, except games are not made in Flash anymore, but the idea is the same. Also, when you are a web game dev, it's very well known that Russians love web games. So if you manage to have Russians liking your games, you are half the way there, because you will get tons of players. So anyway, I was ready to release my game, a bit apprehensive of course. I managed to get my game on a couple portals, including a huge Russian one. In Russia, my game got wrecked. Everybody hated it. My game is a 0.8. I'm not kidding, I don't think there is a worse game on this portal. It felt like shit, and I was very puzzled. Today, I showed it to a colleague at my normal job, explaining to him that Russians hated my game. I clicked full screen. Then I noticed it. The downvote button on that website was overlapping the restart button in the game. So people restarting a level, which happens fairly often, gave me a downvote along the way. I don't know if it's clear, so here is what the buttons look like. You can only see it when the game is full screen, which is why I did not notice before. So here I am, a bumbling idiot. Where any scammer in his right mind would have used this trick for evil and profit, instead I tricked them into burning me to the ground. TL Doctor spent more than a year making a game, released it on a Russian game portal where the restart button was right under the downvote button. Everybody restarted, everybody downvoted, and now I am the proud maker on the worst web game in Russia. Edit. Wow, thanks for the load of suggestion everyone. It looks like this post is blowing up. It's a first time for me. I think I'll try out move the buttons, then email the Russian portal to explain what happened and ask them if they would reset the votes. Also, since a lot of you asked for a link, my game is called bombhopper.io. If mods want me to remove this link, I'll gladly comply. Edit 2, I'm currently at work, so I need to go for a while, but I'll check back soon. Edit 3, holy shit, this is crazy everyone. Now I have 21 times more upvotes on here than downvotes on the portal. And thanks for the platinum, gold and silver. Edit 4, I'm going to bed now, but first I'd like to thank everyone who said nice things to me. I really appreciate it. I'm still overwhelmed by it, honestly. This post made it to /r/all. I'll edit again when I get the answer from the portal. Think about the good side of it. It doesn't mean people didn't like the game. Change 1 or 2 things, rename the game, upload it again, and good luck. That's true. That would be a bit annoying because the game would have different names depending on your country though. Also, I'm not sure re-uploading the same game with a different name wouldn't be against the rules of the portal. I think I'll send them an email. In Russia, game downvotes you. Ahaha, having the upvote/downvote buttons overlaid on the games is such a bad design from the Russian website though. That's awesome. Now I want to play your game. Smile. Just played it, it's fantastic. Thumbs down. TIFU by almost ruining my parents' marriage. This happened today, just a few minutes ago. In fact, a bit of context, I got banned from Tinder a few years ago for selling feet pics. Oops. But was recently single and wanted to get back in the game. After deciding other dating apps were a little too wholesome for me, I decided to go for Tinder. I needed a phone number that wasn't blocked, so I used my mom's and then called her and got the code. Today we're all sitting at the table getting ready to eat breakfast, and my stepdad comes out and sits down. He's calm as can be as he butters his toast. He glances up from his paper and says to all of us, I am packing my things and leaving this afternoon. I almost spit out my orange juice. My brothers start crying. Mom is sputtering, trying to figure out what is going on. She keeps asking why, and he pulls out a literal printed page from the Google search results of what is Tinder. He hands it to my mom. She doesn't even know what is going on at this point. She doesn't remember giving me the code months ago. I grab the paper from her and read it, and realize where I fucked up. I turn to my stepdad and let him know, frantically, that it was me. He asks why in the world I would need to use her phone to make the account. I scroll through my phone, find an album of different angles of my feet, and explained to him. He was thoroughly disgusted, and went back to their room through almost tears of laughter. I don't think he's still leaving, but my family will never look at me the same again. DL doctor, tried to sell feet pics, got banned from Tinder, used my mom's phone, danger is afoot. Your family will never look at your feet the same again. You should avoid wearing flip-flops, sandals or open-toed shoes going forward lol. You get an upvote for danger is afoot. You should start going barefoot all the time. I like how 2 of the top comments are, in succession, never be barefoot again and bare feet for life. Asking because your username, are you a guy or girl? I've never heard of guys selling feet pics is all, and if there's a market I want in. Just go get a couple pedicures with the whole scraping off the calluses service, get your feet nice and moisturized, learn how to paint nails, shave your feet and legs up to the knee, and boom, you're in. I guarantee there is a market out there for manly female feet that you could tap into. People buy gamer girl bath water FFS. There's a market for everything. Goddamn, that was a roller coaster ride. I still think it was just a PR stunt for Ops foot fetish album business. TIFU by sleeping with earplugs. This is like out of a damn cartoon. A couple of days ago the cows in my village were going absolutely bonkers. Me not being able to sleep and having an exam in the morning had the $1 billion idea to take my most soundproof earplugs and go to sleep. I fell asleep in like 5 minutes. I also like to set my ringtone to a very quiet bird noise so I don't wake up scared to death and stressed. Of course, how I should have foreseen, I didn't hear my alarm and overslept by 3 fucking hours. When I woke up, my exam had been over for an hour. Now this is not that big of a deal. I just have to get a doctor's note and I can retake it. So off to the doctor's office I go, trying to fix this mess. I had to come up with a reason why I couldn't go to my exam today. I told the doctor I had massive ear pain, a headache, and some nausea. Doctor checked me and I ended up having an infected wisdom tooth. I just didn't notice it somehow. I had some pain here and there, but it felt like it was coming out of my temporomandibular joint, which I have had problems with before. Anyway, at least I have my doctor's note now. First problem fixed. I chose to get said wisdom tooth pulled because it was crooked anyway and the infection would probably reoccur. Mom drives me to the dental surgeon. I got drugged up real good. Tooth pulled, everything went fine. Got in the car with mom, told her about every time I have done drugs, and about all of the gay sex I have had. She didn't know I was gay. Now I am in a shit ton of pain, my mom won't look me in the eyes anymore, and I can't sleep because the cows are going insane again. Doctor, tried to bamboozle my doctor into giving me a doctor's note because I overslept my exam, ended up having to get my wisdom tooth pulled and came out to my mother high off my ass. Edit 1. This did not happen in one day. It was over the course of 3 days. 2. I will not use the enter button ever. 3. Earplugs are Purifit Moldex, work great if inserted properly. 4. The drug was triazolam. 5. I barely passed the exam. It was math. 6. Some of the comments will look real stupid now. You've lived more in the past couple of days than I have in my entire life. That story got wilder and wilder by the second. Wow, that TLDR is wild. I'm trying to figure out how someone could just walk into a doctor on same day appointment, also get their teeth checked, get a wisdom extraction same day, and pay for it all. In a rural environment, no less. Crazy. Can't be anywhere in the US, unless rich. Now this is the kind of TIFU I came here for. Not all that made up fantasy NSFW shit that usually gets posted here. I read this in one breath.